is a realm of your grace. I can feel your mighty power, and it's moving in this place. Let faith arise. It's immersing together. We're in the presence of the angels, with God's glory on their wings. Like the voice of many waters, I can hear
His power and glory. Broadcast your crossroad with Apostle John King Hill. I wanted to just pop in and talk with us a little bit about amazing things that the Lord is exposing. Some people are already experiencing certain depths of the dimensions of the glory. Some people have gone ahead way too far, but there remains even much deeper dimensions of the glory that will startle a lot of people. I have come into some places in the glory dimensions that every day of my life I live in amazing wonders. I gaze and gaze. Sometimes I'm in a suspense, but I have to adjust at some point to try to write down some of these deeper mysteries. The realms of the glory is so intricate that you have to literally disappear from this realm. As the Lord would take me each time into the deeper realms of the glory, I would come into some things that are too amazing for human to actually look into or to explain. But nothing is more exciting or more thrilling as I meet with different created works who have gone beyond where anything that is created has ventured into. The revelations of who they are baffle me. I have to keep talking about them because I want people to get real hungry, the real hunger and the real thirst. Hunger and thirst that will literally take you out of this earth, because nothing in this earth will ever satisfy you. No man or woman of God in this earth will ever satisfy you. In fact, you have to venture in there to be satisfied. That's what happened to me as a person. In the deeper realms of God, the grouping becomes smaller in size. Let's go into this quickly. One of the most fascinating, remember I used the word one of because there are so many that I could go into. And so if you look at the title of this broadcast, it says Extreme Dimensions of the Realms of Glory. There is something so extreme about the four beasts that when I came in contact, into proximity with where they occupy in the dimensions of the realms of the spirit till this day, I am woozy as I'm talking with you. I look at their lives and I wonder how possible could these entities live like this before God. Their lives have to be frequented with acoustic atmosphere because you cannot take away worship from them, even when you watch them and their lives are totally suspended or paused. They are still in worship. They are still experiencing deeper and deeper and deeper revelation of Him. This is why they have eyes all over them. Oh, Lord have mercy. Those eyes that are all over them represent something that people talk about, but they don't know what it is. You have heard about windows of heaven. Hallelujah. You have to know that the four beasts are not omniscient. Therefore, they had to be given more eyes to access the spiritual portals or windows of heaven and see from all sides or dimensionally in the deeper realms of God. They are before the throne, but they are not above the surface of the throne. They are underneath the throne area. Their lives don't run like our lives in the earth realms. Oh God. The eyes are like cameras, and as the lenses move through and fro, they can zoom in and zoom out. They can scan and screenshot escaping or flying intelligent objects that the Lord God is unfolding before them. I'm going to get into an experience that the Lord took me into. These four beasts and some others that move in the beast status or class in the realms of glory, my friends. They see and they hear what others are not seeing and hearing. And they move between infinity, eternity, time, ceasing, and they are covering past, present, and the future. I'm trying to talk with us. See the presence building up around me here, that sometimes to keep the eyes open is a challenge. Oh God. In the deeper dimensions of the spiritual realms, you consummate the past, present, and future momentarily because of the law of unification. Everything is synced to network as one. The law of unification is a part of the revelation of the law of the spirit of life. When you are dealing with the earthly realms, you are dealing with static environments and the atmosphere. So everything is calibrated or programmed to work with the same way all the time. You say repetition across the board. But in the spirit realm, everything is happening in real time, momentarily unfolding before your eyes, and everything is animated and automated. Because you are dealing with the fullness of life. As the spiritual realms merge or become one with the physical realms, in a moment, you are no longer dealing with the seasons and times. Everything becomes noun. This is why the spirit realm is always noun. The beast occupy a different position that is not easily accessible by other created works. The price is too great to just go in there. It's not for every created work of God. I have been to the throne of God several times, and I personally observe that it is rounded up, or what people call panoramic, round, and the floor area is like a glass, but it's transparent because of lights everywhere. So when I look down, the beasts were underneath the glass and they were immortalized. In other words, physically speaking, they have no vital functions. They are paused. They are frozen up. When I began to worship God with spontaneously, they began to unfold themselves and became alive again. It blew me away and I started crying. One of them took out something that looked like a white handkerchief and handed it over to me to wipe my eyes. And I cried even more. And I'm still crying today. These beings have entered into a place where the revelation of the resurrection and the life have become the way they live. Normally, they go between pause and suspension of life to normal life, and then they switch off again, depending on the atmosphere. When the worship come in, they are awakened by the sounds of worship, opening the eyes all over. It's like turning on the light switch or light switches in the spiritual realms. When God opens up your eyes in the spirit realms, it's like turning on the light switch. But He can also infuse your whole being with light. That's where we get the word light being. So that you can fully operate in the dimensions of the realms of light. There are dimensions of the realms of light. They are called beasts because these calibers or classes of beings cannot be found among other created works, regardless of what realms of life you go into or you visit. They are different kinds. So there are these kinds among the created works of God in the deeper dimensions. So when Jesus was talking with the disciples, how they could not cast out the spirit from the young child, He used the term to describe that entity, and He said, this kind. That's not the only one. There are other these kinds in the realms of God. Why do I use the word deeper dimensions? Is because of their enormous sacrifices. There is a realm where the beast occupy. I don't want to get into some other areas, different conspicuous depths of God that the Lord had taken me into and allowed me to meet with some creatures, some beings. And their sacrifices are too great to be mentioned. Only God can reward them. I also have seen the windows of heaven. This is where I want to close, because I have to show you why God put all those eyes all over the beast. Oh my God. The beast, they function whether they are dead or alive because of the power of resurrection and the life. So though they are paused, yet they are living. Oh God. I hope you understand here. I have seen the windows of heaven, and they are similar to computer monitors or television monitor screens. However, they reveal different events, just like a live newscast or live broadcast. The word windows denotes the shapes and appearance as a system through which important digital or graphical intelligence is released or conveyed. That's why they are called windows, like Microsoft. Each window is opened up individually, and the power of the Spirit is driving these windows, and the Lord positioned me to see. They are channels of divine revelation or messaging apparatus. like streaming devices. Their life is for live interaction. I had told the Lord that I wanted to see everything that He was doing across the spiritual and physical universes, and I prayed real hard. I said, Lord, I want to see everything that you are doing. Spiritually and physically, it doesn't matter where in the whole world, it doesn't matter where in the planet, it doesn't matter where in the heavens, all the way to the throne. Like a child, I was saying those things, praying real hard for those things, but I didn't know that the Lord would actually answer me. One morning, He took me in the spirit, and as I watched, thousands of monitor screens began to fly towards me. I'm facing this direction, and all the screens were flying towards me. Each of them was live. Each monitor carried a different news or broadcast, so I could read through them. They were approaching so fast, and there's no way to slow them down. I was able to read from one monitor to another monitor, but I could not keep up. The contents were secret intelligence that are unfolding from spiritual realms, covering every sphere of life. The accuracy of the intelligence were totally profound, because everything that is happening everywhere we are being streamed live. Each monitor that I look at, I could see what is happening. And then I look at this one, I could see what is happening. And then I look at this one, I see what is happening. And then I look at this one, I see what is happening. And they are flying. And they're all coming towards me. The whole sky, the whole atmosphere was choked out with these windows. As the windows of heaven. I saw different events with names of people, states, cities, and nations or kingdoms. The whole atmosphere was covered with floating monitor screens, each monitor broadcasting one live event or another. They were moving so fast that I spoke out. I spoke out and said to the Lord, I need a pen and a paper to write everything down. There was no way to slow them down, because they are unfolding mysteries. The scenes contained mixed intelligence, videos, letters, images, and real people, besides what is happening around them and what they are doing in real time. Some of the events are futuristic, or things that are going to happen, while some are past and present, but they are unfolding in real time. And I'm standing there watching. I watched as they scrolled away or fly past me in sensations, even though I was positioned to see and read through the monitors. When I spoke and said to the Lord, please let me go and get a pen and a paper, and so I could write, the experiences were suddenly withdrawn. And I came out. When you read the Bible, you see that the Bible said that He will give His angels charge over you, because you don't have eyes everywhere, so that you don't dash your feet to a stone. You don't get tripped up. The beast? Nah, that's nothing like that. They have eyes everywhere. They have so much mysteries that, and how they acquire the mysteries is worship. I watched their lives, how they were frozen, suspended with no movement, no motion. their lives entered into a remote pause. Always remember that in the realities of the dimensions of the realms of God, because everything is happening real, the position equals the condition. That's the sacrifices. Not every created work can stay the way they stay and maintain that position. That's why I said the sacrifices are enormous. It's not everybody that will volunteer to go inside the middle of the forest and walk in the forest there for years and don't come home. But there are created beings in the spirit realm that their discipline are beyond what life have seen. I have not seen, ear have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man. Doesn't matter which one. But the beast caliber in the dimensions of the realms of God, they are not called beast for nothing. It's not everybody that can go underneath the ocean and walk there for life and never come home. This is what God is using his created works to give you graphic concepts of the order of creation, that there are hardcore discipline entities that we don't know about in this life, but they are real. Oh, Father, my God. As we deal with the dangerous power of the living God and experience the extremity of the dimensions of the realms of God in the end times, my friend, you will come into those things that eyes have not seen, ear have not heard, and neither has come into the faculties of the mortals. Immortality and the pulse of life are twins. You live and you don't live. You live and you don't live. You live and you don't live. Though they are dead, yet I'm done. We are here in the Texas area to build a ministry. And I'm going to ask you, wherever you are, to prayerfully see if the Lord is leading you to help us to build. We have to build a place where we will expose the people of God to the unusual revelation of the glory of God. You need the depth of God in the end times. If not, you will be right out, locked out in the outer court. And let me make it very clear that not even the holy place and the Holy of Holies are enough. You have to enter fully into the realms of God and explore the dimensions. And depending on your hunger and thirst, you can venture from eternity to scratch the threshold of infinity and experience the Father like no created work has ever experienced him. I hope you hear me. I hope you hear me. There are different ways that you can help us. However, the Lord is directing you to help us. We want to build a place. You will come there and you will not regret being there. Over the years, I've been writing and documenting everything, mysteries after mysteries of the glory realms of God, releasing my life into those dimensions, experiencing beyond what eyes have seen, ears have heard, and it has entered into the heart of man. And today I'm releasing these things. So those books are available everywhere in the world. So I'm going to show you a video that contains a bundle that we are offering now for a limited time. You can get your hands on it and start a different journey where no religion on earth can take you through. Here is that video for you. I am back with you. I want to also show you how you can help us out here. I want to show that clip as well. You can also make real contact with us through our websites: www.johnkingHillministries.com, www.godsroyalwomen.org, and we offer courses. Amazing courses and more are still populating. They're still coming. You can access those courses today at www.powerandgloryuniversity.org. We want to show you how to walk with the real authority and power of Jesus Christ. They glorify the Christ instead of just trying to fake things. You cannot fake anything and get away with it in the end times. You will go bankrupt. So here is how you can support us. Say a word of prayer with you before I leave. Father, I pray for them from every corner of the earth. You said that the earth will be covered with the knowledge of the glory, the experiential knowledge of the true revelation of God. I'm burning up as I'm standing. Oh, God. My God. I pray for them that they will get hammered right where they are, that they will get hit. And the power of God will overtake them. And you will clamp down on them and pull their spirit, soul, and body out of the surface. Because the flood of your glory, like the days of Noah, will choke people out. And they will not be able to survive unless they are consumed by the life of the spirit of life and the life. Unless they enter into life with the life. That's why Noah had to build a ship, a boat. I pray that as the shaking of the end times begins to tumble the works of God, to relocate everything so that all of them will be properly positioned in their places to serve for the final time, that your people will not miss it. And they will be able to deal with your great glory, that which has not been witnessed or experienced in this life. The babyish things will pass away, and the gimmick things will be over, that their people will be able to embrace the end times fully and adjust to who they really are